Hello and welcome to Nick's Allotment Diary. It's December and we've had one of our first frosts of the winter. This morning woke up and everything was white. I think it went down to about -4 or -5 overnight, which I know to some of you in some countries is probably quite warm, but for the UK, in my area, that's pretty cool. So there's not a lot going on in the allotment, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour to show you what I've still got growing. In this bed I've got some parsnips, not many of them, but I'm going to save those for Christmas dinner. I do believe that if you leave parsnips in the ground when it's frozen, it does help to sweeten them up, so they should be nice for Christmas dinner. There's some beetroot in this bed still, not too many of them, just a few in this row here. And inside the brassica cage we've got Savoy cabbage and purple sprouting broccoli. In this bed, this is the bed where I've planted the garlic. It's all pretty frozen at the moment, no sign of that coming through as yet, but I wouldn't really expect that because I planted it quite late. And then over to one of the no-dig beds that just needs a bit more compost on the surface, but then it'll be ready to go in the spring. And I'll take you over to the bed with the plum tree. You can see plum tree, it's got lots of branches. I didn't cut it back this year, which probably I should have done. It didn't produce many plums last year, so I'm going to see how it does this year. Hopefully I should get some more plums on the tree in the coming season. Blackberry bush, this is the thornless blackberry. Could do with training that up, I think, in the new season. Need to build a little bit of a frame for that one. Now to the herbs. You can see there's plenty of frost on the herbs. Got rosemary, there's curry plant, thyme here, there's a lavender. A lot of those should survive the winter unless we have a really cold winter, but hopefully they should be fine. And then over to the strawberry bed. Strawberry plants covered in frost. They look nice with the frost on the leaves. Plenty of strawberry plants and quite a few runners have come off them, so I'm going to have to sort this out. Once the weather warms up a little bit, I'll be able to sort this bed out. This bed is where the sunflowers were. I've taken all those out now. They had finished and the birds had had the seeds from them. So a week or so ago I pulled those out. Into the fruit cage. That's a job for this winter. Now all the plants have gone dormant. What I plan to do is dig a lot of the fruit bushes out when the weather's a little bit warmer and the soil's not frozen, and remove as much bindweed root as I can from this area, because if you remember in the summer it was overrun with bindweed. It's a constant battle, but I will keep on at it to try and reduce the amount of bindweed that I've got on the plot. The flower bed, everything frozen now. I've got the rose bushes, calendula, that is lavender, another rose bush. The rose bushes I'm going to do what I've done in previous years and give them a hard cut back in the early spring, probably February, March time. That seems to encourage the plants to produce really good roses, so I shall definitely be doing that again. Now to take a look at the brassicas. Don't know whether you can see, but there are some Brussels sprouts. Hopefully they should be okay for Christmas. I need to take off some of these leaves. A lot of them have rotted away. They're only going to encourage slugs, so they need to come off. That's a job for the next week or so. And I don't know whether you can see over there's some curly kale with frost on it. Not everybody's favourite curly kale, but I don't mind it. And there's a few leeks at the back. Into the greenhouse. So I've removed all the tomato plants from this side of the greenhouse now. They'd finished. Moved them last week. I've not got a lot growing in the greenhouse now, but I'll just show you these. I planted at the beginning of September some spinach and some frilly salad mix and corn salad, and they're not doing too bad. What I plan to do is use those for salad leaves, and hopefully they should survive through the winter in the greenhouse. What probably won't survive much longer are the peppers. I've not had many peppers this year. The greenhouse has gone down to freezing overnight, and as you can see the foliage has died back on the peppers. They don't like cold weather at all. So I think it's time to pull these out of the greenhouse, and I'll start again in the new season. Take you over to the area where the potatoes are. Some strawberries there, and here are the buckets of potatoes. So these are the potatoes that I started off early on in the season that I haven't yet harvested. All I've done is remove the foliage off them. There's about 10 buckets still to turn out. So my plan is to do at least a few buckets just before Christmas as a Christmas potato reveal. So something for you to watch then, and I'll use those for our Christmas dinner. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my allotment in December. As you can see, there's not a lot going on, but I thought it'd be nice to come up in the cold weather with the frost, because we don't get a lot of cold weather in the area that I'm in normally. Normally we get sort of wet and grey days, so it's nice to be here on a crisp sunny day in winter. Thanks very much for joining me at Nick's Allotment. I'll see you again next time.